I thought I diagnosed myself on Google, which
don't do.
Or do.
Okay.
No, I shouldn't. No, this was bad. There was a woman who had a worm in her eye.
No.
Living in her eye.
In the eyeball?
In the eyeball. And every time she went to the doctor, the worm would be gone.
Steph Infection.
I was worried that you were going to be all dressed up.
Not who am I,
Pull us
Julia?
in. I know.
Sorry, don't
no,
put that.
It's already starting. I'll edit it out.
Hi, Julia Lackwitz.
No, I'll tell you.
No, she always looks great.
I know. Okay, pull that a bit closer to your face.
A little closer?
Yes,
How close?
I'll tell you why. I was worried. Julia showed up for the podcast in a fucking sundress, and I came out in literally gym shorts and nothing. And then I was like, because I was talking about I'm wearing a fucking hat. Rebecca Kohler's here.
Hi.
Canadian icon, Canadian comedian, Canadian.
Small con.
We're, it's working. We love this. Yeah, Julia dressed up, and I looked like a fucking butthole. And then you walk in a hat today. I got very excited because I also have a hat.
Yes. We both have hats because we're both
greasy.
irritated with our hair.
Yeah.
Apparently.
I hate when I sit because then I get that fat roll and it irritates the hell out of me. So I'm just going to.
I think most women feel that way.
It's the jeans and they're so high up right now. They're in my ass.
But do you ever see clips from the 70s? It was in to have that roll.
Yeah, what the hell? I want the roll back.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's in now. I think most things are in.
It?
Yes. Body positivity.
I hope we can hear Wilma's groaning. Your dog.
Do you
Show the
think
dog. Show the dog. So Rebecca's a very cute dog. Susan's also in it. Again, if you're not watching the YouTube, I get very mad because look at Wilma. Look at Wilma's little head.
Excuse me.
Wilma has a double chin, and it's the funniest thing on the planet.
It's fur.
Is it, Rebecca? Is that fur? It looks like Susan is eating her pussy right now. Susan, that's disgusting. And this is, okay, stop. Susan, go to your bed. Susan has diarrhea. I brought her bed in here. If Jefferson knew, I literally took her out. She woke me up this morning to go take a huge shit. And then when I came back, I looked outside and I let her out. And then it was a pile of wetness. And then I came back and she was on the couch and a big dollop of wet anus was on the couch.
Was it brown?
Oh, well, the couch is blue, so I couldn't tell.
Did you
Oh, I washed it. No, I left
disinfect?
it. No, actually, I didn't really disinfect. I kind of wet it down. I probably should have washed.
No, who cares? It's good for your immune system.
Is it to have caca on my couch?
Well, I looked it up because I thought about it. I was like, these dogs go outside and then they come in and they get on our couches. And I was like, oh, that's good. We're building up to germs probably.
Okay.
And I Googled it and it's true.
Okay. Do you wipe her feet when she comes in?
I do.
You do.
But it's because I had neighbors who lived near me and they wiped their dogs' feet. And I was like,
and you
they're
felt
really
like you had
anal.
to.
But then I saw what was coming off of the feet and I was like, oh, wow. It's black.
It's black.
Yeah. And then I got a light colored sofa.
Oh, right.
So I was like,
right.
I kind of
Okay.
have to.
Okay. Do I have snot? You just did that. And
No. No.
I've been getting, I've been blowing my
It
nose
was
a
just
lot.
itchy for a second.
And I have a piece of Kleenex keeps getting stuck in the nose ring, and no one's telling me, and I'm walking around this thing flopping.
Oh, that's really embarrassing.
It is embarrassing.
And you should disown those friends.
And I also should probably get rid of the double nose piercings that I have right now. Do I look cool or I'm trying to look younger?
I can't even see.
I got two. I got a dub. I got a under and a side.
You have dub, but they're subtle.
They're subtle. They're thin.
But wait a sec. No, the itching. Have you seen the movie Better Off Dead?
No.
With John Cusack?
No.
It's an 80s movie. Excellent. And there's a
Okay.
whole scene where somebody does this and then you can hear the inside their head why did she wipe her nose? Do I have a booger? Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, it's very funny.
Okay. I need to fucking... I was running late today. Again, why the hat's on.
Do you not usually wear a hat? I mean, you wear a hat in
No,
life.
but the mullets, I actually finally have it at a good length. I'm growing it out so it's more shaggy, so I like how it looks. But I had a Carbon Health virtual appointment.
There's a big drama.
Big drama. I've had a cough for a long time. And the doctor freaked me out. She's like, how long have you had this cough? I'm like, I don't know, 3 months. She's like, you need a chest x-ray. And I was like, what? And I just started watching Breaking Bad. LOL. What year is it? I'm convinced now that I have lung cancer. So that's something that's fun.
Well, it's funny because when you brought that up earlier, Steph told me the story very briefly, and you were like, yeah, so she says I need a chest x-ray. I would have been like, she said I need a chest
No,
x-ray.
I'm in
You are
denial right now.
panicking.
I'm in panic mode. But
this is why I asked you, did it start with a cold?
yes, it did.
I
That's the
feel
thing.
like Breaking Bad, the guy just has a cough, he doesn't really know what's
And I don't
going
have
on.
any symptoms. So she asked me everything else. She's like, do you have fever, chills, anything else? I'm like, I'm totally fine. Just this fucking cough. And now a bit of a runny nose. I don't need your bad breath here, but you're so fucking cute and you have diarrhea. I was laughing. Somebody commented on the YouTube. I don't like to read comments on the YouTube because sometimes they're really mean. But some girl was like,
Let it go. Go on.
especially when it's a woman, was like, I love the podcast minus the constant body negativity about yourself. Something about like how I'm like self-conscious or something. I'm like, I woke up this morning. I need to show this photo. I'm so mad. I wish I had this guy's name. I think I blocked him. I woke up this morning to this man. Ross, I want you to zoom in on this because I fucking hate this guy and I want to find his name so we can shame him. I love shaming men. I woke up to this man. This man's, I need a big zoom in here, Ross. I need a big zoom in, Ross. This man, everyone look at this man's face. Not a good looking guy. Some would say pretty fucking ugly. He comments on my video, hashtag fugly. Fugly? This man's calling, bitch, shut the fuck up. It's never, you know what I realized? It's never a good looking guy that calls me ugly.
He's for sure watching too.
I hope he is watching, you fat ugly piece of shit.
But
I'm
also,
fugly? What are you? If I'm fugly, what the fuck is that?
That's why you can't let those things bother you. Also, he did hashtag, like people are like, I'm searching for fugly people.
Yeah. He thinks that people are like really gonna get off on this, and he's got the #1 fugly fucking comedian on there. So insane. Bizarre.
Okay, wait a sec, really quick though. I see that you're wearing skinny jeans. I'd like to talk about this for a second, real quick.
Please do. I'm mortified about it. The other jeans I had on that are cool from Madewell made the roll even bigger. Oh. These are so old. I haven't worn these in like 5 years.
Are those from Madewell?
No, I don't know what these are. But so embarrassing.
So I'm really angry because I'm a woman of a certain age, and it took me forever to get used to skinny jeans, and I resisted. Then I fell in love with them. I was like, these are really flattering. I like these for my body, and now they're out.
They're out.
And I'm forcing myself to wear these looser.
I like these ones though.
These are okay. You know what? You know what these are?
What?
I'm addicted to this brand. You won't. You won't.
Don't tell me Old Navy. I'm gonna be pissed.
Lee.
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 Okay. Okay. I know.
You go to their
cough.
website.
Really?
And I have 4 pairs of Lee. They're all like $30. They're always having like a clearance. They look great on your ass.
How so you're not trying them on? You're just doing website?
I'm doing website. And I'm like, because basically I was like, I have to buy jeans that aren't skinny, but I don't want to spend a lot of money. I don't even like wide leg. Hopefully this will pass.
I think I want it to pass because I also don't like the way it looks.
I don't like, especially when you're wearing a small shoe. I know, it looks gross.
It does.
Like a
what
little
is this?
shoe with a big...
A big bell. Oh, bell bottoms back? I bought 2 jumpsuits that have bell bottoms. Everyone's like, cool look. I'm like... These are back. I would have kept my Parasucos from friggin' 1995. Like, what the hell am I doing? These are, you know what? I'm embarrassed you can call them out. I put them on. I was like, maybe no one knows I'm wearing skinny jeans.
No,
It's
but
like,
I was relieved. I was like, she's wearing skinny jeans. Maybe it's okay.
No, you know what? I realize I don't care anymore.
Me neither. And I still do wear skinny jeans sometimes, especially in the summer with a nice flip flop. Like, what are you going to do?
Also, I think they look good. You know, they fit our bodies. And I have good high waisted ones. So these ones are better high waisted. I'm like really fiddling around with this right now.
I think you look great. I don't think you look hashtag fugly at all.
Hashtag fugly. That man who, even worse. Oh, I got a new one. I don't think I've blocked him from this fucking, I blocked a guy that I dated for 3 minutes in college.
Oh.
Jeff Gadet. I will say his name. Don't
Jeff
fuck
Gadet.
with me. He dressed up like Ronald McDonald for Halloween. And we broke up because he fell into a hole. And someone is like, Ronald's down. And I'm like, what? And they're like, Ronald fell in the hole and he can't get out. And I was like, I knew it was him because nobody else was just like Ronald McDonald. It was so psychotic. Anyways, he comments on a video of me and Ian Fidance, 2 goofy noses. Excuse me? You fingered me. How dare you? How dare you finger me and then make fun of my nose? I've had this nose. Maybe it's gotten a touch larger over the years. I've had this nose when we were dating.
Jeff Gadet is Jeff?
With a G.
Okay, Geoff Gadet. Geoff Gadet.
What? How do you even say it?
He is so jealous of you.
Can you imagine?
But I do have a question. He fingered you. Did he finger your nose?
Maybe that's why he didn't get to. That's why he's been pissed off all these years. He's like, nah, I'm going to come back. On my Facebook, too. I blocked him from Facebook Instagram.
So you were friends with him on Facebook. You
We were,
followed-
I guess we've been civil. Like, it's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
we
yeah,
had like
yeah.
we barely dated. We were like still friendly, and he like would comment on videos and say like nice things all the time.
Oh, really?
Oh, like funny stuff. Like he was like, I think he messaged me a while ago saying he's like so proud of me, and I was like, oh, this is so nice. Then out of fucking nowhere, I get this.
Do you think he was like, I'm funny. This will be funny. She'll think it's funny.
I comment constantly how self-conscious I am on my nose, and then to be like too goofy. Like also, me and Ian the whole time we were joking about how we have big like Jewy noses. That's what we were saying, and then he's like,
Read the room.
Just read the room, and it's just like I don't need that. I don't need people that I know.
No.
That have been inside my body or fucking shit talking me. It's bizarre.
No, inside.
It's strange.
It's true.
God, fuck him. I'm so pissed right now. I'm so mad. Oh, I ran into a guy that I had sex with last night at the store that I hadn't seen in a long time, and I forgot about that. I was like, God
One
damn
night
it.
stand?
I think we fucked more than once, but he kept talking about
Memorable.
how much he loves sucking cock after we would fuck. And
Shut up.
I was like, I don't need to hear this. I'm good. You know, you do you. You do you.
Yeah, no, that would be a bit of a
Are you
turn
dating?
off.
What's going on with you?
No, I'm on
Zip.
the last guy, I don't know if I told you this, the last guy I dated was a French man. Did I tell you this? I'm pretty sure he was lying about his age by almost 10 years.
What?
Because I true people searched him. Do you ever use that?
No.
Oh, if you have somebody's phone number, you go on True People Search. It gives you their name, their full name, birth date, address, previous addresses, previous phone numbers.
Okay.
And it's pretty accurate. Google, like, search your own phone number, truepeoplesearch.com, and you will be shocked.
Okay.
In fact, you should probably like get an anonymous thing because I worry for mildly famous people or pretty famous, whatever.
Well, at least famous is in there. You fugly bitch.
She's a touch. She's a
I'm a
touch.
touch famous. Yeah.
Anyway, I search him. I'm like, I think he's lying about his age, but whatever. He was French, from France.
Okay.
We got along. Had good conversations. But on the second date, he did come back to my apartment. Now, at the beginning of the second date, I'll tell the story really fast because I know it's not about my health.
No, but I want to
But it's about my emotional health. We're a second date. I suggested a restaurant, and the restaurant is kind of like hidden, but not really. But like, there's an address, and the guy rode a motorcycle, which I also thought was kind of cool. Anyway,
I think that's cool.
Yeah, and he's late, and the phone rings, and I'm like, "Hello," and he's like, "Hello, Deborah." So for the people watching or listening who aren't familiar, my name again is just Rebecca Kohler.
Yeah, there's no Deborah.
No, so hello. He's like, Deborah, I cannot find the restaurant. It's hidden or something behind bushes. So I was like, okay, you know what? He's French. He's frazzled.
Did you not say that's not my name?
In the moment, because I dated a man a few years ago who was from Mexico, whose name was Ernesto.
Yes.
And on our second date, I said, "Hi, Guillermo." I mean Ernesto. So
Okay.
I was like, you know what?
Maybe people mess
He's
up.
frazzled.
Okay.
He's English is his second language. I'm gonna let this Deborah slide.
Okay,
Right.
okay.
So he's like, Deborah, I cannot find the restaurant. Blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, it's here. Yada yada. He shows up a few minutes later. It's fine. We have a nice date. Great.
Doesn't say your name again. Just comes in normally.
Yeah, everything's
Okay,
fine. Yeah.
okay.
Then we go back to my place, as the kids say. And one thing leads to another, and we had sex.
Okay.
And a minute or two goes by. He gets out of bed. He goes to the bathroom. And then I hear, Deborah, do you have a towel?
Okay. No. What did you? At this point, you can't correct him. It's too far. You're Deborah now. What did you say? I wish you had like a towel in the bathroom that said Rebecca's towel, and he was like, "Huh, Deborah, who is Rebecca?
Deborah, do you have a towel?
What did you say?"
So at that point, I came in and I said, it's Rebecca. He got defensive.
he did.
He's like, I don't know. I don't even know a Deborah.
Okay. You're like, I don't care. That's so funny. If I'm in a panic, I don't even know a Deborah. All right, man. Even if you did, cool. I don't know a Deborah, Rebecca. That's so funny.
Anyway, so that was the last guy I dated.
Was he attractive?
He was like French and older. He had like big curly gray hair.
Curly gray hair. I'm picturing just like an old French clown right now. Curly gray hair.
Basically.
How much hair?
It was like big. Big
What?
hair. I'll show you a picture.
Yeah, okay.
It was he was like interesting and cool. Like
Okay.
Until he called me Deborah. And
that kind of ruined it.
yeah. So anyway, so no, I haven't. And then I'm moving soon. So
Yes, you're moving back to the
I think
motherland.
I'm moving back to Canada for the time being.
Yes.
So I'm just like, I have to pack. I'm too distracted, and I don't want to.
No, you don't
invest.
want somebody. No, you don't want somebody jizzing all over the stuff you're trying to get rid of, and you're taking it back to Canada.
I don't need white crusty stuff on my boxes. But
no.
Also, LA is a terrible town to date in, as
we all know.
Yeah.
As we all, I got lucky, and I will say that with my whole heart. I saw somebody post this really funny Hinge thing the other day, and I forgot. I'm like, I do miss ripping men apart on my dating profile, but this one girl posted this guy's video, and he's like watering. It's a full video now. You can do full videos on Hinge.
Yeah,
he's like watering a plant. He's like, oh, didn't see you there. Hi, I'm a nice guy. I'm relaxed, and like it's not a joke. You can tell. He does a whole video. It's bad.
No, we had a thread. You, me, Anessa, Amanda,
and I think Laura and Ash. We were in like a fucking dating is hell thread. And we had said, that was I missed that thread.
Yeah, it was good. We'd screen grab kind of men who.
We'd screen grab that guy looks like that. Fugly men. Fucking piece of shit. Hashtag piece of shit. Look, we get it. You've got your go-to coffee. The same ritual you have every morning. You make some coffee bean or some Starbucks you bought from the grocery store. Yeah, it does the job, sure. But does it taste good? No. What you're missing out on is something way better. That's where Trade comes in. They introduce you to new, freshly roasted coffees that are next level good. Once you taste it, there's no going back. Seriously, it'll ruin boring coffee for you forever. In a good way. In a very good way. Trade is the #1 coffee destination in the U.S., bringing you fresh coffee from over 50 of the country's top roasters. Trade's experts have taste tested thousands of coffees. That's a lot of coffee to taste to curate over 450 amazing roasts. Whether you're new to coffee, wild if you are, or you know your favorites, they will handpick the perfect coffee for you. Just take the quiz. Takes 2 seconds. Honest to gosh, they'll match you with things that you like and find your perfect coffee. And guess what? This is the best part. If the first bag isn't quite right, if you taste it and go, oh, Steph is a liar, I hate this, Trade will place it for you until they nail it. There's no skin off your back here. It makes no sense not to. And since every bag is roasted to order, you will, and let me tell you, you will taste and smell the difference from your very first cup. Listen to someone like me who drinks literally 6 cups a day. Is that too many? It probably is, but I'm telling you, I can't stress this enough. Just check out Trade's prices. They are on par with grocery store brands. So it makes no sense why you're paying for overmade stale swill and you're supporting local roasters. There's no harm in this. Everything about Trade is fun. I'm not just saying this. I'm not blowing smoke up your buttholes right now. This website is so easy to use. It's fun. You're shopping for new coffee. It's like you're going through an Amazon, but you're not supporting anybody bad. You're supporting local roasters. I just started a new bag of the 71 House blend, Irving Farm. I don't know. I feel like a farm thing. Jefferson's from a farmland. I have to support him. Methodical Coffee, the Brazil signature series. I felt like being a little festive, you know what I mean? Getting outside the US. Very tasty stuff. And I keep getting the same one over and over because I did start just because I liked the bag, but now I keep drinking it. The Sightseer Coffee, the Space Cowboy. It's very fruity and funky, and I'm really enjoying it. The quiz, I'm telling you, take the quiz. They will pair you with the flavors that you look for in a coffee, which is hard to do on the shelves when you're getting knocked over by someone's cart, which just happened to me yesterday, and I have a cut on my heel. Go and see for yourself how fresh all of these bags are. When they say roasted to order, I don't know if it took 2 seconds to get to my door. I opened the bag. It was like I was in a coffee house sniffing it for the first time. Take the quiz, find the coffee that's perfect for you, or just try new stuff. I can't stress this enough. Get on Trade. I'm telling you from somebody who's on it, who has a subscription. Please, if you're a coffee drinker, you must use this. It makes no sense if you're not. Right now, Trade is exclusively offering our listeners 50% off your 1-month trial at drinktrade.com/Steph. That's drinktrade, TRADE.com/Steph for 50% off your 1-month trial. Drinktrade.com/Steph. Let's get into your body stuff. Okay. Now that I've yapped about
I have a list. Because I was like, I wanted you to choose.
You want me to choose? Okay. I want to pick. Okay, here we go.
Okay, well, first I have a couple things. Should they be going on now or just...
How many things we have? What is this list? Oh, there's a few things.
Well, I did want to bring up, have you talked a lot about perimenopause on the podcast?
A little bit.
A little.
Deb did a bunch of it.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
So I have an aching hip right now, which apparently is like perimenopause 101.
Okay.
And I started seeing a physical therapist for something else, but I just wanted to say that because we have muscles here, tendons, and because we have hips, it's really common for women to have hip problems, like pain in the side, because our hips stretch the tendon out. Like over our lives, whereas men just have like this. And then we're constantly putting pressure on our own tendons.
Oh,
anyway, I just thought that was interesting.
So are you on like pain meds? Is that bad?
No,
okay,
no.
Like
But it's
aches.
just like a constant mild ache. And I have some exercises that I do that help, but it's just annoying.
It's annoying.
And the physical therapist was like, oh yeah, you're a woman of this age. Yeah, of course you have that.
Move on.
You know?
Okay.
And I had a hamstring issue that went on. It's like still there at months and months.
That's physical therapy too, right?
Yes, that's why I started seeing the physical therapist.
Stretching and that's it. It's so annoying.
No, it's all exercises. Stretching was actually making it worse. So be careful. Because I thought I diagnosed myself on Google, which
don't do.
Or do.
Okay.
No, I shouldn't. No, this was bad. And so I was like, I have piriformis syndrome. So I just kept doing figure 4 stretch over and over. And then I think I made it worse.
Oh, fuck.
Anyway, so those are boring. But last year, so I've had HPV, like high risk HPV. Do you ever have PAPs and they're like, oh, it's abnormal?
Yeah, I had the whole thing. I had the cancer, I had the swab, I had the Bernie.
You had the actual cancer?
Yeah, I had they turned cancer cells, I had to burn them out.
Oh my God. And was that like, had you had a recent PAP?
Yeah, this is like, was 27.
You were 27?
I was 27. I had my first irregular PAP, and then they waited. And then by the time I turned like 28, they're like, yeah, the cells are looking a bit irregular now. Let's get them.
Okay, yeah.
Looking precancerous.
Yeah.
Scoopy.
Bernie. I had this thing where like I had irregular PAPs for like 10 years in a row. And so
nothing would happen. That was it?
No, and then I'd get the colposcopy. That's the biopsy.
Yeah, when they take a piece out.
Yeah.
Hell.
They take like a hole punch to your cervix.
They actually do.
Yeah.
A chunk is removed from your innards. No medication, no needle, just sitting there.
Yeah.
Just wide awake.
No needle.
Freezing, nothing.
No.
Hell.
I had that like 10 years in a row.
God.
Yeah.
That many times you took it out?
They were always like, you have high risk HPV, you have an abnormal PAP. Every year they would have you do a colposcopy, and then the colposcopy would be like fine. So, and then the next year would be irregular.
Again? My God.
Yeah. No, it just won't leave my body.
That's hell.
It likes it in here. It's cozy.
It is cozy.
Wozy.
It's cozy wozy. It's hell on earth.
But this is worse. So I bring that up because every year I had this HPV, I'd have to have the colposcopy. Last year I have a PAP. They're like, normal, no colposcopy. Okay. And then just before I'm leaving the doctor's office, I was like, but I have this like itchy spot on my vagina.
Okay.
And it was the spot, I can't remember if I told you this. It was the spot right beside my clitoris.
Oh.
And
how itchy.
Like, this is the thing. It would be fine. And then all of a sudden it would be like, oh my God, like a tiny mouse had a tiny feather.
Oh God. So close, weird spot.
Intense itching. And like I would like rub it. I'd be like in public and I'd be like, because it was God. It was like eye watering, but it would like kind of only be in the morning, and it was like
never like after sex or something like that.
No, it was like unrelated to other things,
okay.
And it wasn't like sometimes when you have a yeast infection, there's like other symptoms, and the whole area is just like bad weather.
Yeah.
This was just like a very intense spot. And it happened a few years ago and it went away. Like I had it for a few months and it went away. And I would apply like yeast infection creams or like I was just like anything, right?
Yeah.
So then it comes back last year, and I finally am at this doctor. They're like, "Oh, your pap is fine." I was like, "Okay, well, actually, while I'm here, I have this spot that's like it's been itchy before, it's itchy again." And so the doctor takes a look, and she's like, "Huh?" And she's kind of squinting. She's really getting in there. She's like, "Yeah." And she asks some questions, and then she leaves. She brings another doctor.
Hate when they do that.
Now, two
Now
doctors
you're
are
panicking.
squinting. They're in there. I think one of them has
There's
like a
light.
thing, you know,
got the
yeah.
headlamp thing on.
And like the report they're giving me is that they could kind of see something, but it's like
See what?
like mildly discolored, but not red, actually kind of pale. And like anyway, then they bring a third doctor.
My God.
And she comes in and you can tell she's the big guns. And she
knows-
immediately
she
turns
knows
to me and
irregularities.
goes, "Have you ever been a smoker?" And I was like, "Uh-oh." I have big time. I love smoking. I've quit, but I miss it. But I smoked a lot. And I was like, "Yes." And she was like, "Mm-hmm. I'm going to recommend a vulvar colposcopy."
You just, no.
So
No. Oh my God.
The
This is
other
like
thing,
my pain in my life. Oh my God.
The other thing we're talking about is inside our body, right? The cervix. So it's right beside my clit on my vulva. She's like, "We're going to need to do a puncture biopsy." Oh. Which is also considered a colposcopy of this area. And I was like, "Puncture biopsy." So now they're going to take a hole punch to my
vulva? How do they get in there?
What do you mean? It's open. It's right there.
Oh, they still go in the regular vagina hole.
No, it's not in the hole. It's beside my clit.
So they go in that hole?
No, what hole? It's just my vagina. Where's your clit, Steph?
I don't know. I thought it was higher up. I don't know my clit. I thought my clit was higher up. Where's my vulva?
Wait,
okay.
Now we're gonna get in it. So,
Yeah, I thought my clit was like up here and my hole is here. Yeah.
but it's not a hole. It's like a slit, right? It's like your vagina slit. Like, let's say,
Yeah, but I thought like my clit's kind of like, it looks like
right
it's kind
up
of a
here,
hole.
right? And then you mean like, the hood?
Yeah. I need to go to the doctor. I don't know what's what or who's who. Okay.
Anyway, well, my clit, I guess it's like, I hope my parents are watching. My clit, I think it's like, it sits pretty. It's like if you spread my lips, like you can see my clit.
Yeah, same. That's why, yes. Yeah. It's there.
Yeah, so they spread the lips, and then this itchy spot is like right beside.
Oh, God.
the clit. Yeah. So they have to take a puncture biopsy. And so now I talked about the little mouse with the feather. Let's say a little mouse had an ice cream scooper.
No.
That's what.
No.
Like, so they do it. I had to go in like a whole other time, and they do it. And then I had like a crater.
Out of it?
Like a little tiny ice cream scoop that was like missing from my vulva.
Oh my God. Did they pull you out for that and freeze it?
Oh,
What the fuck is
I'm
going
a woman.
on?
We don't need painkillers.
Oh my God.
It was, no. Sorry. They did inject me.
Okay,
They
I was
did.
like, what the fuck is
They
going
did.
on right now? Lie
And,
down, please.
Yeah. No, they did inject me for that. So I didn't actually feel it while it was happening,
Okay,
but then
okay, but you
later
feel it after, yeah.
It was like every time I thought about my own vagina, I was like, it was
God.
so. No, but here's where Google was good, because I had been Googling my own symptoms, and because they were like, it might be vulvar cancer, but of course they were like, don't worry about it. Of course, like, we'll do the tests first, but of course I'm gonna be like,
What the fuck? This is insane.
So this is what I found when when I looked up vulvar cancer. The Mayo Clinic has this website.
Mayo? What is Mayo Clinic? Why is that the first thing that always comes up?
It's the big fancy hospital.
is?
They know
Okay,
all the good stuff.
Okay.
And they have great sandwiches.
They fucking better with that name.
Listen to this though. So for treatment of vulvar cancer, it's like, they could do this, they could do this. Sometimes vulvectomy is a surgery to remove the vulva.
Remove the vulva?
And then I was just like, because the vulva's outside.
This is terrifying.
It's just going to look like Barbie.
It's psychotic.
Yeah. So anyway, but I had been Googling because I didn't agree with their diagnosis, because I'd been Googling like intense itching, and then they said like it was like slightly off color and like a little pale, and it had a little texture.
Okay.
Almost like a fish scale.
Ew.
I know. Sorry.
Okay.
It's gone now, luckily, because they did the biopsy. But when I Googled those things, another thing came up called lichen sclerosis. And I was like, I think this is lichen sclerosis because the symptoms fit
okay.
and it comes in flare-ups.
Oh, and then goes away.
And I'd had it before. Right?
Uh-huh.
So I was like, I think, so when I was at the doctor, I was like, I saw a thing called lichen sclerosis. And she was like, I don't think it's lichen sclerosis. And I was like, oh, I guess it's cancer. Anyway, guess what it was?
Lichen sclerosis?
Lichen sclerosis.
Don't you love being right?
Yes. Especially when it's about not having cancer.
Yeah. It was also, but like, why was she so against that right away when you're like, I know it's like, sometimes I go in, I'm like, I have this, but I'm like, sometimes you have that.
Absolutely. And actually, I mean, look, I absolutely respect doctors and I know that they know what they're doing and we need them. But the more powerful Google gets and the more like forums like Reddit, like I think Reddit helped me diagnose myself with lichen sclerosis.
Yeah.
When you have other people sharing information, it's actually more accurate than a doctor's medical book.
Well, because also picture the amount of people that they're coming in and seeing them and being in a rush or like looking at this person, this whatever. When I was in grade 8, I've said this before on the pod, but like I had, they thought I had appendicitis. Excuse me. And I was like, I think I have an ovarian cyst. My friend just had one. I had the exact same things. Hers popped. Mine hasn't popped yet. I'm like, no, I'm in the hospital. I have an IV overnight. My grandma's sitting there waiting. It was like literally so young. The doctor comes in the next morning. I'm like, please. I'm like, can you please? I know I'm young. I know I don't know anything. Can you please just double check it's not ovarian cyst? She goes, okay. She comes back in. She does the thing. She goes, you have an ovarian cyst. And I was like, you almost fucking took out my appendix for no fucking reason. And she was like, very good on you for asking. And I was like, and she was the one who diagnosed me. She was just the one that was going to do the surgery.
Right. Yeah.
I love that one. Dr. Woods, I think was her name. I loved her.
No, and good for her. For giving you the kudos.
Just the kudos, because it takes 2 seconds.
Yeah.
It's like, just for peace of mind. I'm like, oh, great. I had an incision and an organ removed for no reason. So that, well, they scoop it out and it's gone now.
Yeah. So that was the biopsy. It came back like sclerosis. And then, it's been a lot better since then. And then they just give you cortisone cream.
Oh, to heal it up? Is it like healed?
Or like, it healed.
You can't see anything.
The crater's gone. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Such a horrendous spot for that to happen.
Like that right there.
So you can get it anywhere in your body.
So I think it like likes it in there.
Yeah, 'cause it's like
I think
a
you
moist
can.
area.
It's almost like eczema.
Yeah.
Like
okay,
I think it's in that family.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's annoying because it was one of those things the doctor, I was like, what is it? And they're like, well, here's a cream, like,
yeah. And you're like,
they don't really know.
Bizarre.
Yeah. But actually now, while we're talking about the vaginas, have you had an IUD?
No.
Have people talked about them here a lot?
My sister had the worst story on the planet Earth.
Okay.
Hers went in her body, roamed around, and they had to surgically remove it.
That's
the
worst.
one.
Okay,
the one. Yeah.
so that's
you have one?
I've had 3. I'm on my 3rd. I collect them.
I haven't been on the pill or any form of birth control in 10 years.
How do you do that? Just
I think I Jefferson comes inside me sometimes. I don't know what's going on down there.
you wonder if you just maybe
one of us, something's going on because there's an amount of jizz in there that's other guys that wear condoms. I want that like strangers to come beside me.
Sure, comes at you. Yeah. You don't want it.
No,
like
come
a hose
around me. Yeah, not in me. Up and down and around.
No, I've had 3 Mirena IUDs. I actually really highly recommend them. But I have heard horror stories, and that's not okay that happened to your sister. But if they work, they're really handy. You don't get a period anymore. Like I haven't had a period in like 15 years. Or no,
that's
10.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Insane.
The amount of money you save on like tampons alone.
I've been doing. I got a new thing that I've been doing. The United lounges have free tampons. Thank you, United. I've been taking clumps of them.
You bring like a little carry-on, an extra carry-on.
I know, I just carry them out. I just bluntly walk out with a mitt full of tampons. Everyone's staring at me in the lounge. I don't give a shit's ass. The lounges are so full, I can barely find a seat in there. I'm pissed off. Fucking United. Stop giving away these lounge passes. It's a fucking circus in there. I hang out outside the lounges now. I go in, I get my tampons, I take a shit, I leave. I can't even...
Oh, because they suck,
They're so full.
I know, it's true.
Well, it's a fucking zoo in there.
It's really
it's
true.
It's disgusting. And the buffet, I don't eat the food in there anymore.
Me neither.
Unless it's like the really fancy ones because they make you stuff. Like
some of them are fancy.
Stuff. Yeah.
But I went to the Air Canada lounge, I think at Pearson
last
year. I'm pretty sure that's where I caught Did you hear I had a New Year's party last year and got stomach flu halfway through the party and had to ask everybody to leave at 10:30 p.m.?
That's so funny. Hey everybody, I have massive diarrhea. Leave my house.
I vomited.
Oh fuck.
It was serious business. But for the first hour and a half, I was like white and sweaty, and I was like, "Hey, there's hors d'oeuvres, and would you like a prosecco?"
Oh my gosh, it's definitely the one.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure
It is
that's
that
where.
one.
Yeah,
Stop.
It's disgusting.
It's disgusting.
And it is
wait list
crowded.
last time. It's so crowded. I was waiting, and I was like standing there with Jarvis, and he's like, "This is stupid." We got in. We sat with this couple that did not want us near them. I'm like, "These are only 2 seats, assholes."
Yeah.
I don't know where the fuck you want me to go. Susan, please.
I'd rather go to Starbucks. Like, okay, I have to pay.
Yeah.
But like
At this point, like,
yeah.
this is annoying.
No, it's icky. It feels gross.
It does feel gross.
But I just wanted to say, because we were talking about advocating for yourself with the cyst, especially
yes.
as women.
Yes.
I don't know if you've heard the podcast, the Retrievals.
No.
I think it's called. It's about women who were freezing eggs, and they were getting their eggs retrieved, which apparently is really painful. And you get fentanyl for it, or like opiates.
Okay.
And these women were saying like they were having these excruciating experiences, and they were like, "You need to give me more, drugs." And they were like,
Yeah.
"We've already given you the limit. You've had enough." Long story short, it turns out one of the nurses was a heroin addict, and she was, instead of giving the drugs to the women, she was stealing them. So the women were getting these procedures with no drugs.
Oh,
and the doctors
my
were
God.
like, "You're hysterical, relax, you've had enough opiates."
And they're like, I'm not feeling anything.
Yeah.
Please, God, give me something.
Yeah. Like, I'm going to die.
My fucking God.
And so it's a New York Times podcast. I think it's really good. But it just goes to show that we're not listened to, we're not believed.
Yes.
And so getting the Mirena IUD inserted and removed is excruciatingly painful. And I have friends who have had kids who have said, it's only for a couple minutes, but for the couple of minutes, they said the pain is the same as giving birth.
Oh, God.
Because they're in your cervix, and they're like,
yanking around.
And so I've had 2. I'd already had 2, and it's so excruciatingly painful, and they don't give you any painkillers, nothing. And then I heard that they changed the law, like the FDA or one of those organizations had said, "You know what? We've heard enough that this is a really painful procedure. We're going to recommend that you do give the patient some kind of painkiller." And this is right before I got my 3rd one. So I already had the appointment. So I called and I was like, "Hey, I heard blah, blah, blah." And I had a whole conversation with a doctor, and she was like, "No, we don't do that. But what we could do is give you," I think it was called misoprostol or something. Long story short, what she prescribed me was a pill that you put in your vagina that opens your cervix. And I was supposed to use that the night before. But I had a weird feeling about that, because I was like, opening my cervix, that's
bizarre.
and it's gonna probably give me cramps, because that's where cramping comes from.
Yeah.
So I Googled it, and there were all of these things, again, on Reddit, of women saying, "Do not take this drug before your IUD." I couldn't sleep. I was in excruciating pain all night. So to help me with pain, they gave me something that was going to cause me more pain for longer. So I did my own little concoction. I took half a Xanax and like Tylenol and ibuprofen.
Okay.
Like that was my
Yeah.
So I go in and they do it, and it's fucking awful. And I'm crying. Like, it is so painful. It's really awful. And then after, there were like 3 doctors at this place, and they were like standing over me like, "Okay, here's your aftercare, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "By the way, like, what's the big deal? Why can't, I didn't ask for like 10 Percocet. I asked for one. And they were like, "Oh, well," they're kind of shrugging. And then one of them goes, "If you'd said that you had a ride home, like, we could have given it, you just needed to ask." And I was like, "I did ask.
I asked. I simply asked you."
And again, they kind of shrugged, and I was like, "So you're saying if I insisted?" They were like, "Yeah." So I was kind of like, okay, note to self.
Go in and demand.
But they
That's
make
so
you
insane.
They make you feel like you're some kind of drug grubber.
Yes.
But really you're advocating.
And you're like, I don't want to take this to go. I want one.
Yeah, one.
I don't need a prescription when I leave.
No.
That's so fucked up.
So anyway, I think women especially they're not believed, and their pain is like considered a side consequence. Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
This is why I only go to female fucking doctors.
But sometimes they're the worst.
No,
it was a woman the one who prescribed the thing that was going to give me contractions.
Okay.
Not only did she said, no, we don't do that. And yeah, some women find it painful. It was this kind of like.
No, all women find it fucking painful. It's a fucking inserting a foreign object into your fucking body. So you don't have a fucking baby because a guy's fucking jizzing in you. Or
around or at. Yeah.
Around or at. You want your period. Wait, what's the worst body thing you've ever heard? That's pretty bad.
Okay, yeah. So you're asking the wrong person. I have a list of those too because I listened to a podcast called The Monsters Inside of Me.
Oh God.
This is the grossest, right? That you want?
Yes.
So there's a few, like there was a woman who had a worm in her eye.
No.
Living in her eye.
In the eyeball?
In the eyeball. And every time she went to the doctor, the worm would be gone.
Where would it go?
Like behind.
Ew.
So they'd be like, I don't see anything. And then finally she removed it herself with pincers. That's one.
No.
There's another man, a fisherman, who got a cut in his palm, and then it got infected, and then the infection wouldn't go away, and then finally one day he took off the bandage and he looked, and it looked like there was a fingernail growing in the middle of his palm. The doctors couldn't figure out what it was. They finally took like a piece of it. It was a barnacle. It was growing in his palm. Then there was a man who accidentally was eating. He inhaled some food. He choked. Oh my God, it was terrible. Then everything was fine. Weeks go by, and then he has this cough. Actually,
no, you're gonna fucking ruin my day even worse.
They
what?
Finally did an X-ray, and he'd accidentally inhaled a pea, and the pea was growing. A little tree in his lung.
These are nightmares.
The human body
listen
is
to this podcast.
Fascinating because it's fascinating.
A pea growing inside his
someone's
body?
lung. I mean, I have others here, but this is an urban legend. I'll just tell you this.
Okay.
A woman, university, she goes drinking. It was told to me as a true story. I've looked it up and I now think it's an urban legend. She gets drunk. She has a one-night stand with some other young man. It's fine, whatever. She doesn't need to see him again, but she develops a rash. She's like, great, I've gonorrhea or whatever. She goes to the doctor. They're like, yeah, it's probably chlamydia or something. Here's some antibiotics, but in the meantime, I'm going to take a swab. This rash is kind of weird. And then they call her in a few days later, and she was like, can't you just tell me? And they're like, no, you have to come in. She goes in. The police are there. And she's told that the rash she has is caused by a very specific bacteria that's only ever found on corpses. Turns out
that guy,
the man that she had the one night stand with, was a medical student at McGill
in Canada,
who purportedly was fucking the corpses and then fucking some live wires too.
Fucking a corpse without a condom is so disgusting.
That's your biggest concern.
That's my biggest concern here. No, obviously fucking a corpse is bad. A condomless corpse is so beyond. Is that guy arrested? That has to be a felony.
Yeah.
You can't just do that.
But like I said, so I Googled it because my friend was
burning
like,
my body
I was in
to
Montreal.
shreds. I am going to be not even ashes anymore. I'm going to be fucking nothing, beyond dust. I want to be one speck that gets tossed into the sea. What? Can you imagine? No. How old is this guy?
I mean, university student.
So I'm saying,
right?
Guys are gross.
Yeah.
No woman is fucking
he was the worst
corpse.
one. If he's real, he was the worst one for sure. So you want to hear the funniest way I could die?
Yes.
Dude, I don't know because I thought about this. I texted a thread of old friends of mine and they were like, oh, for sure it'd be something to do with being neurotic or sharing chapstick with someone.
Do you share chapstick?
No, I hate it when I'm like, and somebody's like, oh, can I use some of that?
Ew, who does
Get
that?
out of here. People do it.
That's gross.
And what's funny is when I was younger, I would be like, ew, no. But then as I got older, for some reason, I find it hard. I'm like, oh, I'm being silly. Okay, sure. And then later I'll wipe it off. But I could see like that would be fun. Like I share I finally give in like, okay,
Yes.
and then they have anthrax or something.
Then you die. Anthrax. I share with Jefferson all the time with chapstick.
Well, yeah,
but he's
your
the only person
boyfriend.
because he has like a very clean mouth.
But also, you put your mouth on the mouth.
Yeah, it's mouth to mouth.
I can't. No, but grown people.
I throw it out. I've thrown it out before. If someone's used mine, it's in the garbage.
Get out of of here. I'm
Or
going to
the
start
finger
saying
one?
no again.
Say no.
Same with the finger.
I don't even do the finger one. I put my lips in the finger one.
What do you think when you're making out with a guy and he puts his fingers in your mouth?
I want to call the cops.
You don't suck them.
Suck them. I go, gross. I hate the fingers in the mouth. What is that? What are they doing in there? I need to watch you clean them first if they're going in my mouth.
Wait, can I tell one other quick story?
Yes.
It's not about me dying. It's about my uncle, but it's a bit funny.
Okay.
It's what I came up with. So my uncle, it was my mother's brother, Uncle John. He's a great guy, super interesting dentist, Australian who lived in London for years. But he was one of those people, and my mother is too. You don't throw out food, right? You don't waste food. So like, oh, here's this can of soup. It's from 1980. Oh, I'll eat it.
Yeah.
Anyway, he was very old. He wasn't doing that well. He had a caregiver, and the caregiver was like, what do you want for lunch? And my uncle was like, I'll take those lamb kebabs that I had the other day. And the caregiver was like, Jonathan, I think those are past their prime. I think they're bad now. I don't think you should eat them. And my uncle was like, oh, you're being ridiculous. Give me the lamb kebabs. So he ate the lamb kebabs. He got really sick and died.
He died from the lamb kebab? How is this a funny story?
Because
your uncle ate the kebabs and died.
It's kind of like it's like the irony of like your whole life being like, you're being ridiculous.
Yes.
I'm eating the old food.
Okay.
And then it got him.
You know what?
But we love him. We love him.
We learned today on today's podcast that we must simply ask for things, demand as a woman, and not to eat the lamb kebab.
Throw out the lamb kebab.
And that I might have a pea growing in my chest, and I have to go get it looked at.
You're going to be
week.
fine.
Rebecca Kohler, follow her on Instagram. What do you want people to...
Instagram, Rebco. And also, I'm going to be offering courses. I'm a TV writer. I've written on shows like Schitt's Creek and The Sticky, whatever. But I'm going to be offering courses, workshops, script coaching, etc. RebeccaKohler.com.
There we go. Get
check
some
it
fucking
out.
coaching.
Yeah,
for God's sakes.
Rebco, REBKOH on Instagram.
There we go. Thank you for coming in. Sorry for rushing you around. I couldn't get the sound working when you came in.
Thank you.
Bye.